enter the bench now.
Okay. Is that
I said enter the bench.
All my rights are reserved.
I said enter the bench.
He was coming into the stand.
Yeah. Okay, but are all my rights reserved? Are they all reserved?
Lady, you enter the bench. Why place your custody now?
I need to know that my rights are reserved. Okay?
Your Worship, because of the application to the High Court, we've arranged the date for the 25th of June.
Did you represent yourself or not?
I am here in my personal capacity as a free.
Do you intend to oppose the High Court, yes or no?
I did in my personal capacity.
Only answer me yes or no. Did you oppose the High Court for order or not?
No, not yet, but I will.
You intend to do that?
Necessary.
Is that date long enough, Your Worship? 25th of June. Make it reasonable.
Okay, what I think happened, and I mean, this is all like we're really winging it as far as I'm concerned. It was just an idea that I had to put these questions to the government, namely, have all banks and corporate governments been foreclosed on by the UCC filings? Have they? And if that is true, then no corporation or corporate governments, banks, etc., have any authority over me or Anthea. Okay, so we've put those questions to the President
And to the Minister of Justice.
And to the Minister of Justice, saying if they do not reply, I think they have 20 days, we will apply to the High Court for a declaratory order confirming that these facts are true.
Yeah.
So now what the magistrate, he doesn't want to proceed with Anthea's criminal case until they know what the outcome of this order in the High Court will be. Okay, I don't even know if the High Court will accept this or whether it, but basically anyone can approach the High Court.
Sorry, but the High Court thinks so far.
No, that all we've done is
different thing.
This is a different case.
Different case. So we've had another thing from the High Court, which we have opposed, subject to them proving they have authority over us.
Okay.
Yeah, that's already gone in.
Yeah.
This is us now in this particular reference sending messages to the Zuma and to the Minister of Justice to say, please, we need clarity on this.
And so is yours separate from what Michael's doing, because he's doing exactly the same thing?
Yeah, it's a different. He's coming. Yeah, I think his is more related to the banks. It's not actually related to the government itself.
But he has also put all
maybe.
the questions.
No, he's put the same questions.
Okay, well, good. Question. Yeah. The more we got. Well, listen, we can all do it. I mean, why don't we all do it?
Yes, we can. Every single person here can put the questions to the government and then approach the High Court. We'll have a precedent that everyone can use, or we can all join together and as applicant.
Sorry, what the judge said there regarding the High Court and an application, is this what you're talking about? He said that, prove to me that you've got an application. Am I understanding it correctly?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So what he means is, okay, after the 20 days are up, we need to draft a notice of motion with an affidavit setting out why we're approaching for this declaratory order and what we're wanting the court to give us confirmation on. And so he wants to see that that application has been served on the relevant departments and it's been issued by the High Court and a date has been set.
Okay, so
out.
it's before acknowledgement of the actual question. So has he acknowledged the questions yet? He hasn't acknowledged the questions?
Anthea gave him a copy of the questions.
Okay.
I gave him this because we have to have it signed. And one was in Pretoria, one was in Johannesburg. So that happened over the last couple of days. And so now, from 20 working days, they now have to respond.
But it wasn't served on him.
No, not served on him. It's just a...
But you understand what he's saying? He's saying if you don't come with proof to say that you're proceeding in the High Court, he's going to proceed with a criminal matter.
Yes, yes.
That's fine, because, by
we're
then
ready
we're ready to proceed, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But we have to allow them their 20 days.
Yes, yeah.
To respond. So from the 6th of June up until the 25th, we've got plenty of time to...
But you said these questions to this court a long time ago already.
Down at the High Court.
2.5 years ago, we've been asking for these same questions to be answered, remember?
So all that can be brought in.
Absolutely. But they have never been answered, our questions.
What would have happened if she hadn't have stepped into the dock now? He was physically threatening her.
Yeah, he was.
He made a physical threat
should be
to
good.
her
Yeah.
herself if she didn't step into the dock. It was a verbal threat.
That shouldn't be ignored. What do we do?
But the policy of acknowledging someone until they've stepped into the dock is something, I'm not an expert at all, but the judge won't acknowledge you until you actually step into the dock of some sort.
Because when you go into the dock, you have no more rights.
That's right, you're almost dead there, right? Yeah,
That's why I said all my rights reserved.
yeah.
You see? And he didn't acknowledge it, but I still said it. No one can take it away from me. I thought of saying that then, but I thought, just all my rights reserved anyway. So.
This 20 days, is it business days?
Yes, I gave them 20 working days.
Working days.
I don't know.
Okay, so what would be the next step for anyone who's actually following this case? What is the next step, if we can just clarify?
There's also a High Court application against Anthea where they are applying, City of Cape Town wants to
Demolish.
Get a court order to allow them to demolish the structure. And that's an application this thick, which we now need to also reply to with our replying affidavit.
So I've already
So
done.
that's also happening.
Okay, so there are two things happening. Am I correct in understanding
Yes,
that?
this is a criminal
I
case, and
understand.
then there's a civil case to get an order, a demolition order.
Okay.
And then there's our case to get a declaratory order confirming that all corporations have been foreclosed.
So there's three essentially then? Three? Yeah?
3 at the moment, yes.
Okay.
Because my understanding is the criminal matter is in terms of
Me not submitting my plans.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a statute.
Is there not an easy way we can? Because you need to get beyond this criminal thing. Because that's not where the fight is.
Well,
Well, the magistrate's just acknowledged that. He's acknowledged that there's something bigger here.
Yes. Well,
Okay, so basically what happened today was the case was postponed. It was postponed as a result of me sending letters of demand to Jacob Zuma and to the Minister of Justice regarding the government stance of the UCC, what's happening with the UCC filings, and as far as our sovereignty as a result of that. That's where we are now, and so as a result of that, the case is postponed until the 26th of June, because they have got 20 working days to respond to that, those two letters, and if they do not respond, we will be getting a declaratory order from the High Court. And then there's the other High Court thing that came in, where there was the City of Cape Town are trying to get an order to demolish the buildings, which is not going to happen. I can tell you right now, there's a massive wall of light, let alone a human wall, which would prevent it. But the that we have also responded to say that we oppose this, subject to them proving jurisdiction over us. You know what? For me, it's just, you know, they can drag it out. It's absolutely fine, because the more we drag it out, the more the movement and the truth of what's actually happening with the with the filings of the UCC filings is it's such good news, because there's so many people around the world that are now actually cottoning onto it, realizing the authenticity of it, and that it's all verifiable, and so that, you know, it's like the stone gathering the moss. The more people around the world hand in those courtesy notices, hand in the foreclosure flyers to as many banks as possible, as many organisations that are, you know, that are needing to have them, and it's happening all around the world. I mean, there's a success success Facebook page, and it's like every day growing in success stories. So it's really cool, and it's just a matter now before the old just disappears.
So where would people have a look if they wanted to find out more? There's a website?
I'm going to be posting more on the Facebook page, which is OPPT South Africa, OPPT South Africa, OPPT South Africa. And that's basically where our stuff is going. And then we're going to try and get it out in the press, I must tell you. Try and get those questions that we asked Zuma and the Chief Justice, because, you know, those UCC filings are real. They have been done. There's no mistakes in them. They are absolutely verifiable. I mean, there's been the judge in America, Judge Dale, who verified them. There was another lawyer who knew about the UCC. This was in Australia. She said definitely it's got legs. There's no question about it, but it's just the people have to live it out, because the old system is still hanging in there. But as we know, money doesn't exist. It's just noughts on a computer. And so, you know, it's just a bookkeeping entry with a few pieces of paper floating around. And you know, why are we beholden to it? So there needs to be a new system coming in, and you know, I think the people of the world are just ready. Everybody is ready, and I'll never speak to anybody without getting the feeling that they're actually wanting another change. You know, a different world and a change coming in. Yeah.
But what is there to replace this? Because it's so difficult when you.
Well, there's tons to replace it, and you know, it's as soon as we also have to embrace the fact that we need to get out of selfishness, and we need to get out of fear of hoarding stuff. And you know, and realize that there's infinite abundance for all of us. Also, the fact that, I mean, there's been examples. Cuba was a typical example when the oil embargo came and the sanctions were imposed on Cuba. The people just rallied around, and their communities came up, and there was much more love and much more joy. And you know, there was the ground, the earth started becoming alive again. There was much more diversity. The markets were springing up all over the place. Okay, it took a bit of a while for it to actually happen, but as a result, you know, it was fantastic. So, you know, things will sing, and you know, those people that are not willing to, if there's people that think they've got the most to lose, or maybe the ones that are going to suffer the most, but those people that already open their hearts and just are happy to go along, share with everybody. We don't own anything anyway. We come with nothing, we leave with nothing. We just, you know, what's the point of even hoarding it? Share it. And you know, as soon as we do that, we've all got, and the value is us, not the money. The value is in us. Well, we've got the most openly corrupt government in the world. We've probably got the most polarized system in the whole world. You know, really, I don't know, maybe not, but I will tell you what, ours is openly corrupt, and so. It, of course, exactly what you said, Mike. It's a shift in consciousness, and nobody can do it for us. We all have to shift our consciousness into that much more. You know, we don't want to come from India, because this is completely about each one of us, but it is to become in more godly ways. Which God is good with an extra O, and you know, it's just like that. We need to. Well, good is God with an extra O, and it's just like that. It's about being good, and it's about being loving, and about being compassionate and kind and generous, and not always feeling lack. Because as soon as we think lack, so we bring it in. And you know, it's a shift in consciousness.
So what is the building? I mean, this is a building which is been talked about and fought over. What does it mean for you, the building itself?
It's a focus of life. It's a great focus of life, this little building. It was hand-built with great love. It's used twice a day, every single day, with a mighty decree service. Decree a thing, it shall be established unto thee. And it is a focus of light, and it's not surprising that they want to take it down, the ones that are being threatened. But I can tell you right now, they have not got a hope in the hell they've created, because it is about a new world, and we're going to get that beautiful, beautiful new world. And I think, okay, the road is less travelled, and we kind of we're sort of trying to find our way on this very bumpy road in the beginning. It doesn't matter. Stand with truth, stand with faith, never ever back down. Doesn't matter if I lost my life tomorrow, it wouldn't worry me in the slightest, because I have absolute faith, and I know that at the end of the day it's just my physical vehicle, and I've got loads of other things to do, and but right now I've got a job of work to do, and we've all got jobs of work. None of us, it's like we're all got our own piece of the puzzle, and nobody's puzzle is any better or any bigger than anybody else's. And we've just got to fulfill our plan that we said we were going to do.
Fantastic.
Yeah.